Okay, thank you everyone for being patient. Um, I know there's been no videos up for a few days, and usually I do like a ton. So I've just been trying to learn as much C Sharp as possible lately since I switched the project over to C Sharp. Um, so the project's is starting to take off pretty well. Right now I have a very basic framework of what will end up being one small piece of the project, um, which is going to change quite a bit. But let me show you what it looks like now. I don't remember if I showed you guys this yet or not, but this is what it was at its current state right now. You can go to Load Army, and let's run my test list. Okay, so at this point, you click HQ, it'll bring up all of the HQ choices. You click Elites, it'll bring up all the Elites, troops, and this is where the problems begin. Because there's three different kinds of stat lines in the game. There's walkers, vehicles, and infantry or units. You basically can't put them into the same table with the same headers. So at this stage in it, I had separated them into three just so I can get them all displayed, and then I've got one for transports. Just so I can display all of them. And then I have it to where, well, I didn't quite put it in this one yet, but I have it to where you could double click on it and it would load into another data grid view, which was going to be where it has all of the units you've chosen. This has kind of been condensed all into one feature that will be on the left-hand side that'll allow you to choose your units. Everything else will go down the middle. Let me show you now this is just something I made in Photoshop. The template of what I kind of want an almost finished product to look like. There's still lots of spaces here where I just says like what will go here and not what it will look like. But if you look, this part right here, the army list, army name, points, this is actually moving over here, and everything else is moving down. So that'll pretty much fill up this side. On this side is going to be a breakdown and a summary of everything that you have in your list. It'll say, your army name, like what army you're using, the list name, the amount of points you've used, and the amount of points you have left. It'll give you the breakdown number of models, vehicles, monsters, creatures in the army, and the number of points spent on how many pieces of war gear, and for upgrades. And this will be over here. I'm also putting some sort of force organization summary to tell you how many of each choices you've taken. So this is all going to be just data about your list, just a summary of all the things in your list and how many points you spent on what, including how many points you spent on each unit type. Over here, where this spot is, up here are probably going to be the buttons to select what type of unit you want to look at. You click HQ, it'll be a list of HQ units right here that you can choose. You double click on them, they'll open over here. The spot that's displayed over here is not going to be a complete stat line. Most likely it'll be something slightly resembling a button, kind of maybe like this title bar is what I'm thinking, but a smaller version of it that you can double click and it'll open them over here. This is going to be just their name and possibly the minimum point cost for the smallest size squad with no upgrades, no war gear. So it'll be a much cleaner, easier to see. So like you click HQ, all the HQs will drop down in here. You can double click one, it'll add it over here. Once you're over here, this is again the plan. You'll be able to click this line one here, and that'll either expand it to show this information or shrink it to just show this. You can click the multiply button, which is the asterisk, to duplicate the unit, create an identical one, or the X to delete it. And it will say up here the number of guys in the squad. Well, that's really blurry all of a sudden. There we go. So it'll say like 9 grinders, which is the unit type, which is the unit itself, you know what squad it is, and then how many points for everything that you've added, including war gear. It has, you know, the breakdown of their stats, their name, the squad size below that, or over here will be the, probably over here, down here will be the special rules that they use. This spot here is probably going to be war gear that they come with. And then down here is where I want to put all of the, well, that's getting blurry, where I want to put all of the options for the war gear. So, you know, you check this or click that to, you know, add a power fist or whatever to the unit, plus and minus to add guys or subtract guys from the unit, and all of their options I want over here. The reason for this is because I want you, this side I want to all be creating your list. This side I want to be all a summary of your list. Whoa there. Let's back that up. Okay. The reason that I want that to be that way is that why should you click over here to see the HQ units, double click it, they go over here, then you have to click on the guys over here so that you get the options to add the war gear over here. Why not double click, it'll automatically select the newest one you've just added, so you can just double click and then go down here and click add this war gear, add a guy, and if you wanted to, you could build your entire list just in these two panes on the left hand side. Which I think will make it much smoother, much easier to do. I'm considering moving all of these buttons here to the left-hand side, just to make it so you can get to all of these things much faster without moving your mouse all the way across the screen. But we'll see about that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. This spot up here, which is going to be the buttons of what unit type and the display of the units you can select of that unit type to add to your list, is what I'm kind of going to start trying to work on right now. If I can get that so that it'll display all of the HQ units, and then I can double click them and have the data sent somewhere else, I'll be happy with that. So yeah, my tripod's totally clicking the stuff on my keyboard. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of what the goal is. Nowhere near there yet, but now I can kind of see the pieces that are there, the pieces that I need to build, and what each one needs to do. So yeah, there's an update. Sorry again about the long time between videos. Might be doing a Tervagon update tonight when I get back from work. That's pretty much it for now in the program. It's been a lot of fun, getting a lot of interest, and we even have someone from Lone Wolf who does Army Builder to giving me pointers here and there. So yeah, it's been an exciting experience. I will see you guys later.